Fly East Kitchen has a special announcement and I'm so excited to share with you guys. So I've compiled 12 of your favorite fly recipes and added some more into an e-cookbook now available to purchase right now. Fly East Kitchen's 12 signature fly recipes. I am so excited to share this with you guys, and I know that you're gonna love being able to check out the recipes, go step by step to recreate these fly dishes, and using your cook stinks to make it your very own. Make sure that you guys click the link below and get into cooking the Fly East Kitchen way. Today we are making crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks. If you like what you see, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment below, because we are about to get into it, and you know you don't want to miss it. All right, y'all, so we're gonna get right into this recipe. Do not let the title of crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks intimidate you. I promise this is so easy, but it's gonna be so freaking delicious. It's an awesome snack or appetizer. If you're like me, I'm all about the appetizers. Don't take me out on a date if you don't think I'm gonna order an appetizer. And if something like this is on the menu, for sure I'm ordering it. It's really simple ingredients. We need some lump crab meat, some fresh lump crab meat. You need some cream cheese, some green scallions, mozzarella cheese, some flour, panko, because we're going to coat it and fry it up. Ooh, it's gonna be so good. All right, so let's get right into it. No time to waste, okay? So we have 8 ounces of cream cheese, 2 packs. So that's gonna be equivalent about 16 ounces. You're just gonna go ahead and add it into a mixing bowl. I need the spoon. We've made sure that we soften the cream cheese so that, you know, it's just a lot easier to mix in all of the additional ingredients. So you go ahead and add that in. Next, we're going to add lump crab meat. So you're going to add about 1 pound to the cream cheese. The grocery store that I bought this from actually sells jars, like 8-ounce jars. And so I bought 2 of those. You're just going to add that in with the cream cheese. It's just so beautiful to look at. Ooh, I just love seafood. I love crab. I love this recipe. It's going to be so good. Anyways. Next, you're going to add powdered sugar. I know it's kind of weird, but I promise it makes a difference in this recipe. And then, of course, Fly Eats, it's all about garlic. So you're going to add also some garlic powder in there. Next, you're going to add a little bit of kosher salt. So it's not that many ingredients, y'all. It really isn't. You're going to also add some green scallions and some mozzarella cheese, because it got to be cheesy. It's gonna be so good. So you're gonna add that mozzarella and just mix it. Continue to mix with, well, I would say with your spoon, but honestly, if your cream cheese is as thick as this and it's giving you a hard time, that's not act bougie, all right? Use your hands. They should be clean, because you should always wash your hands before cooking and in between, actually. But let's just mix this all together. All of your cream cheese, the mozzarella, that lump crab, the scallions. Mix it all in. It smells so good, especially with the fresh lump crab. I've seen recipes where they've used imitation crab. I'm really not a fan of imitation crab, and call me bougie, call me whatever you guys want to call me, but I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like it. So if you you know, see it as a splurge or whatever, try to get that fresh lump crab meat. Because I do feel like it does make a difference in this recipe, you know, personally for me. So just keep mixing completely. You just don't want to have portions of this that just doesn't have any crab meat in it or not enough mozzarella. I mean, this is gonna be cheesy, y'all. It's a mozzarella stick, but it's also gonna kind of have that crab Rangoon feel to it or taste to it because of the cream cheese. So it's just yummy. All right, so let's get ready to go ahead and place this in our parchment paper. Y'all, parchment paper is a side note, okay? Fly tip, parchment paper is everything. You don't want something to be sticky on your pan, or you want an easy cleanup, parchment paper, okay? Don't ever say that I didn't tell you, because I'm telling you right now, parchment paper is where it's at, and especially for this recipe. So we have our baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and we have our mixed lump crab crab cream cheese mozzarella cheese mixture. You're gonna go ahead and place it in the baking sheet on top of the parchment paper. Just pour it all in. It'll be nice and thick. With your spoon, evenly spread out the mixture onto your baking sheet. Just make sure that you guys don't try to flatten the mixture out too much. You still want it to be pretty thick, maybe like 1 inch thick, because once we take it out the freezer, we're going to be cutting the sticks out, right? It's because we're making mozzarella sticks. So you don't want it to be too thin. So don't get into some weird zone of just like flattening it out on the parchment paper. Relax, okay? Just put it on here, even it out, and then you're gonna place it into the freezer for just 30 minutes. We're gonna pull it out, cut our sticks out, and then fry it for some yummy, cheesy mozzarella sticks. We've pulled our mixture out of the freezer, and I just took it off the parchment paper because now we're going to cut it in sticks so that, I know I told you that we'll be ready to fry, but not quite, okay? We have to cut it in sticks and then go ahead and drench it in our coating, and then we're gonna place it back in the freezer for just 15 minutes. I know, just a little bit longer before the frying begins, but just 15 additional minutes, and then we'll be ready to fry and taste. So let's go ahead and start cutting this into our sticks. So you need a sharp knife. You need a sharp knife so that you can go ahead and cut through. You can actually cut this in half first, and then just cut down, and that'll make your nice thick sticks. You don't want to wait too long to do this because although we did freeze it, you know, of course it's going to begin to thaw. So the quicker you can kind of get this part out of the way, the better it is. And then we can just go ahead and start drenching and then frying. These are gonna be so freaking yummy. Get excited. Now that we've got our crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks cut, they're not like evenly cut, and that's okay. I mean, if you have like type A OCD personality, you're probably gonna make these perfect sticks. I didn't, it's not that big of a deal. But you're just gonna go ahead and grab your sticks. Go ahead and put it in a coat of flour, okay? And then a coat of your egg wash. And then coat it with panko breadcrumbs. You heard me. So you wanna make sure that it's evenly coated. And what I did is just pulled out another baking pan with parchment paper on it as well, so that it can just be on there and just easy to just transfer. So I'm not like trying to figure out room on this one. So like I said, you're gonna continue the process of flour, egg wash, and then the panko, and then place it on your baking sheet, parchment paper under, and then we're gonna freeze it for just 15 minutes, just so that that coating can really stick prior to us frying. So continue this, and in the meantime as well, actually, because you know we multitask over here, go ahead and preheat your oven at 200 degrees, because when we're frying, or while we're frying, we're only going to be frying a few at a time, and you want to make sure that the additional or the batches that are fried stay warm. So we're going to place those on a baking sheet in that oven at 200 just to keep them warm and ready to like break apart and be ooey gooey. So keep on working, keep on dipping your flour, egg wash, your panko, and we'll move on to the next step. We're almost there. Our crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks have been in the freezer for 15 minutes, and now it's time to fry them up. Let's go. Don't let this stillness fool you, okay? This pot is hot as hell. It's filled 3/4 of the way with vegetable oil, and then you're gonna throw in, well, actually place in carefully your crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks. I do not want you to say I sent you to get popped by this oil, because it is going to be hot, okay? Adjust the temperature as you see fit, but you just want to fry them until they are golden brown, just like this. Remove them, place them on a plate or a napkin to drain, and get ready to eat. Our crab Rangoon mozzarella sticks are all done. You guys see that? Woo! I added some extra chopped scallions on top just to make it cute, but we don't need it. It's just time to try. So these are nice and hot. Let's break one. Oh my gosh, you see how, whew, it's still pretty hot. It's like perfectly melted, the mozzarella and the cream cheese, and you can still see the lumps of the crab. So let's taste it. It's so good. I'm telling you guys, using real lump crab meat makes a big difference. So if you can, make sure that you follow that for this recipe. You can hear that crunch, and it's not like so greasy or heavy. It's like fried to perfection. Placing it in the oven as well while you're cooking the batches really helps keep everything nice and warm and for it to retain that crunch. I'm gonna take another bite. It's so good. I'm gonna try not to eat this whole plate by myself, but you guys make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, share. Make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend about this episode, and I'll catch you at another episode of Fly Eats Kitchen.